Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Nick here. We've got another tournament match, this time in the Stone Circle tournament, which is hosted by Stonehenge. I'll leave a link to his channel down below, and also Dark Horses. But yeah, two in quick succession. When it rains it pours, like the British weather. But yeah, always fun to be involved in these tournaments. This one specifically, at least this time around, there's no specific rule-ins. You get to re-roll, but there's no whitelist or ban list like the previous tournament, which is nice. It is appreciated that it is just a best of 5 against the same roster. You don't have to worry about him whitelisting Starkey and being really good with him. So yeah, Dark Horse here, he is a member of BG Bar, which is I'm pretty sure the best BG alliance, and he is quite a prolific player. So he regularly ranks, you know, Mysterium 1 upwards as a minimum, and I think at the moment he's on about 300 points on the ladder, and you can see I'm only on 89. So some would say I'm punching up here, but yeah, I think I prefer these sort of tournament matches to just climbing the ladder, because yeah, I don't know, I like facing the same people and sort of figuring out how I can overcome them and their roster rather than just, you know, a one-off. Yeah, we see here that Dark Horse is inviting us. We're going to enter the drafting phase, so here's hoping it goes well after yesterday's loss. Narrow loss, I should add, but a loss nonetheless. So yeah, if you did happen to catch that commentary against Jay Will, you'll know that I just hate dust. Sounds like a Little Britain sketch, but yeah, I just find her at rank 3 is just a real pain in the arse in most metas, not just this one. But yeah, banning Titania because obviously she's a really good attacker. And between the two matches, I've actually decided to start banning CGR. I don't run him anymore, and that's because a lot of my defenders are countered by him. And also, I don't get the best out of him. I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but yeah, I find some players are just really good with him. They get a lot of mileage out of him, and I just don't manage to get anywhere near that. But yeah, anyway, back to the draft. You can see they're very similar at this point, and you would have to say we're both quite happy with it. We've both got Jugs, Serpent. I've got a Atuma and Chavez. He's got Masakre and Bullseye. I'm going to get a Bullseye of my own. And yeah, we do have similar rosters here. But you can see I'm trying to pick up more defenders here. So I have a variety of defender types. You'll see in this whole match against Dark Horse that not only is the order in which you place the defender important, but just knowing how quickly that defender can be taken is really useful. So yeah, I'm going to just put Nick Fury. He's a stall. The only people who would take him fairly quickly would be Masakre or Domino. I know it's not going to be, or Juggernaut, I suppose. He's not going to go with Masakre because he needs him for Serpent. But yeah, Dark Horse is placed in Photon. I don't have a counter. I know Bullseye can do this fight quite safely, and sometimes you just have to hope that you can get through a fight safely, and something goes wrong on the other side. So yeah, Bullseye, especially punching down from a rank 3 to a rank 6. Yeah, he's pretty good for Photon. He's just not the quickest. So yeah, you can see we're able to hit after parrying because Bullseye counters miss. And I'm just baiting the special one once she's just over a bar of power. That way, when I knock her down, I'm able to get that timer countdown started whilst I am building my power and her power. You basically don't want to push her over a bar while she's in pure light form, because that's where all her defensive threat is, really, outside of her like really annoying AI. So yeah, bait the special 2 now that it's off cooldown, the pure light form, and then we're gonna evade into the special 2 that allows us to get our fury up, which will just enhance our crit. The issue here is that he's probably running a Necrity, so we're not doing an amazing amount of damage, but again, just repeat the cycle as I've been doing. This time, instead of knocking down with the heavy, I'm going to use a special 1. Yeah, I'm not really sure why I opted for that, but I did. And as you can see, I'm only really pushing her over a special when she's really low on those charges. And yeah, close out the fight. So again, a slow matchup, but it paid off this time. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, and yeah, we take it. It's still a narrow win, and to be honest, it was still a bit slow, but sometimes you need a bit of luck. So starting off decently okay, and yeah, now looking at the draft, I feel like I've got the upper hand. He doesn't have a direct counter to Serpent. I'm placing mine because it's a stall, and it's just going to take longer, and I know that Scarlet Witch can take Bullseye quickly. If you watched the previous commentary, you'll know that this went so well for me, so incredibly well, and then all of a sudden I died. I just seem to have a bit of a problem with closing out this matchup. I'm not really sure why, but we get the really lovely light intercept there. We combo with the relic into a special 2, and then yeah, just mistime the intercept into a combo and a special 1, which is glorious. But yeah, we go here for the intercept, and that's enough to close out the fight. Later in this tournament, if I do progress far enough, I won't be able to take those hits and be competitive. You know, that the end game players right at the top of the gladiator circuit, they do this fight and come out with 42, 45k points. Not always, but like guaranteed over 50k points, I would say. So I definitely have room for improvement, which I won't, you know, take lightly. But yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes it just goes your way. The Massacre here, I've seen Captain Judah do it, and Massacre, when debuffs on the opponent, he reduces ability accuracy by 50%. Serpent has like 120% ability accuracy in his immortality, but you reduce it below 100%. So there is a chance that you bypass the immortality with Massacre in this meta, especially because the special 2 does so much damage. It just basically wipes out the attack, sorry, not the attack, the health of Serpent, and forces him into that immortality. We can see here that it probably didn't go through. So yeah, bit fortunate, but we take the first round. Move on to the next. So yeah, this is my second one doing these. Obviously, I've had time away from YouTube just because I've had loads of stuff on in my personal life. But let me know if you enjoy the BG commentary. I know that a lot of people stream it live, and you sort of get the live reactions, which obviously really good. But yeah, I don't know, I've been watching a lot of Beard Meets Food recently and just found that the commentary over it is actually quite nice. It's sort of a format I quite enjoy. And I think, you know, I don't really want to be mansplaining everything I'm doing, but I feel like sometimes you need to explain why you're making the choices you're making. And having the sort of in-depth analysis is pretty good. So yeah, let me know if you do appreciate the commentary, and sort of what the thinking is, why I'm choosing a certain character and whatnot. So yeah, I'm sticking with the same bands for the same reasons as I previously mentioned. I'm picking up Serpent and Chavez here just because, yeah, solid options in any meta really. He's going to get Nick Fury, Serpent and Domino. I'm grabbing Atuma and Masakre. Didn't really get to use him in the last match because J-Will was banning Masakre, but Dark Horse has a rank 2, so get a bit of freedom there. We've got Jugs and Scarlet Witch, and sort of looking at his pool of, you know, options here, I feel like he's going to re-roll, just because there's nobody here that's really favourable to what I have on my defense. So he does, and he gets Scarlet Witch and Chavez himself. So looking at this, the roster is, the drafts are basically the same. The only difference being really that I have a Mega Sentinel and he has Domino. So, you know, arguably I just about edged it out. Yeah, some sort of innuendo there, isn't there? But yeah, he's placing Nick Fury on defense. I'm going to play Serpent. They're both stalls. Oh no, I changed to Atuma. Okay, so I'm banking here that he's just going to take some damage. I imagine he's going to use Jugs for this. Or maybe Chavez. So he goes with Chavez. I guess the idea is that when you crit, you can heal a lot off the special too. And yeah, I'm just going to go with Masakre here because there's not really any other defenders that I feel comfortable taking with him. So yeah, I've seen a fight here where Masakre on his special 2, the first hit kills Nick Fury's first life, and then the second hit of the special 2 kills Nick Fury's second life, which is a bit mental to think about considering he gets the full, like the whole of both lives in this meta. I don't really know how to word that, but hopefully you got what I meant. So yeah, here it took a while baiting out the special 2. I'm just dancing around with him. My ignited bat has, you know, gone on cooldown. But yeah, that's the payout this meta. You get this massive special 2 crit into block. Yeah. This matchup, I've only recently taken Masakre up to rank 6, to be honest. And this is the second time where I just get clipped in the second life, exactly like that. And yeah, just mistime the intercepts. So I definitely, again, room for improvement, especially with him. He's a fantastic attacker, and he's not been useful in recent metas, but yeah, him and Tiger are 2 characters that like I need to get better with. So it's a good opportunity to practice with him. Yeah, unlucky on that one, I think. Had we just closed out the fight normally, without trying to be all fancy and do it quick, probably would have won that one. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna go with the stall. He's I'm just going to nuke this with Jugs. I've done this fight before. I did it in the previous match. Not really fussed about the health loss here if you do it quick enough. Because the time saved, it gives you the points back on the health loss. So yeah, that's the goal here. I'm just sort of hoping that Scarlet Witch v Serpent, you have to get quite lucky. And it's not a consistent thing. It's why it surprised me that he used Chavez against Atuma, because that's quite reliable for Serpent. But you see here, you know, do the fight within 30 seconds, and I did take a lot of health. In the previous matchup, I took, I think it was 10%, 10-20%. So yeah, at this moment, I'm just sort of counting down the seconds until I feel a bit comfortable that I'd won this round, and that's when I start looking at the drafts again. But yeah, I'm starting to think that enough time is passing that even if he comes out with full health, it's not going to be above my score. But yeah. And there's confirmation of that. So yeah, take round 2, keeps us in the game for this match. Start looking at the draft. So here, you may be thinking I don't really have a defender. I have a direct Serpent counter in Chavez, who I'm quite confident will do it within a minute, if done correctly. But Scarlet Witch is an annoying defender this meta if you don't have the right matchup. Defensively, if you crit her, she has a chance to place poisons as well as like power drain you, power lock you, all of that annoying stuff. Dark Horse here opts to place Domino in the hope that she gets up to some shenanigans. But yeah, Mega Sentinel. Yeah, this can be a fairly quick fight, as long as I don't mess up like I did yesterday against the Sinister. Yeah, I'm just gonna continually go for the special one here. We're getting good AI for the intercepting, and she's also not evading much, which is pretty useful. See here, we bait the special 2 in a way that it leaves her with no power. That allows me to get a full combo in with the crit up. You see there, if you just rewound it a bit, you'd see that I ended my combo with 4 hits, so I could chain into the special 1 before going above power for her. So yeah, closed out that fight nicely. Masako v Scarlet Witch, you want to play it normally without the intercepts up until your special 2. Get the guaranteed crit off and then do the special 2 into her block. You really want to minimize how many crits you're inflicting on her up until you get to that special 2 power threshold. So yeah, I think that's the second match, and it is best of 5, so assuming I win the next one, I'm progress on to the next round. But yeah, there's still a chance here that Dark Horse climb back into the game, so see how it goes. I'm going to stick with the same bands. It seems to be working fine for me. Let's say he's maybe not had the best luck with his draft. I did find his Sinister pick to be a bit confusing because he has a rank 3 Giddy 2099. But yeah, each their own. He's now getting the Sunspot, which I think he would be quite happy with, especially as a rank 3. But I mentioned previously in this video that the order in which you place defenders and knowing how quickly they can be taken is everything, and you're about to see that in this match. So here I'm grabbing a Sunspot of my own, grabbing a Tuma. These are big scary defenders. I've got Cersei, Masakre and Domino. Really fast characters. I'm not going to use Cersei on offense this meta, but I am a big advocate. In this match rather. But I am a big advocate for her because you stack up all these Furies and you get guaranteed crits with it, so it's pretty good. Reroll there, it felt right too. It allows us to pick up 2 defenders that are going to cause problems. I felt that was the better option here. We already have 3 really, really good attackers in Sunspot, Masakre and Domino, so yeah, more defenders is sort of the name of the game, if in doubt. But yeah, anyway, first round, I'm placing first and then put a Tuma down. I don't expect him to go with Chavez again here. I expect him to go with Jugs. But he's going to place Nick Fury. Sunspot can nuke this, even though Nick Fury is a stall. The tactic I'm using here, you can use Sunspot against Nick Fury in this way in any meta really. And the idea is if you run Despair, you want to throw your special 2 so that you place a load of debuffs on him as he's entered his second life, and that way he's not able to regen all of the health. It's especially important in this meta because he has the full scope of his special 2 life. He doesn't degenerate from the life model decoy. So yeah, the plan here is just to go 2 special 1s, really ramp up the damage on that special 2. It also allows you to place more debuffs on the special 2. So you can see there the first few hits took him out of that first life. The next few placed all the debuffs, which reduced the health healing rather, and then we just finish him off. So yeah, Atuma was able to get a bit of damage off there, so able to close out that fight, which is good. Get rid of his jugs as well, so won't complain about that. The reason that's also quite important is because if you look at the remaining 2 cosmic defenders I have, he sort of should go jugs for Cersei, but because he's used jugs, he sort of has to go Chavez here, even though she's not an ideal matchup for Cersei this meta. And the reason why is because Cersei gives so many buffs that you're going to be pushing Mystic attackers to special 3. And the special 3 does no damage this meta because it doesn't crit. And it never will crit. But on top of that, she also has a glancing buff which prevents his crits. So the matchup is actually quite slow with Chavez because you're constantly being pushed to special 3. And even when you do have a bit of uptime when you can do damage, you have to A, intercept her and hope that she's not throwing specials that really time out that. But also you need to play around your gaining of power, especially with the heavy rotation Chavez has. You're going to be gaining power a lot. Anyway. This matchup is going to be a throw though. I did just want to remove Chavez from his draft, knowing that he had been unsuccessful with Scarlet Witch against Serpent previously in this match. That was sort of my thinking here. Throw this match, get rid of Chavez, and then I can play Serpent and just have to ask that question of him of, well, can you do that matchup quicker than I can take your defender? Yeah, this is a throw round, and this is exactly why I don't like Maestro. You're witnessing in here why he's such an annoying defender. Unless you're throwing a special attack, you won't be able to get through that glancing buff. So you're basically not able to crit. And this is Bullseye, who's a character with guaranteed crit. So yeah, especially as a rank 3, this is why I have been banning Maestro when I do have him, and it definitely doesn't help when you get clipped by the special 2. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting much from this. I know he's not going to do well in this matchup, but it was a throw round. And looking at the draft, we can see that in using Bullseye, we've made his Sunspot basically useless on attack. He could maybe try use Sunspot for Serpent, but it's not really ideal. I think you are better off going with Scarlet Witch. I was a bit worried that he'd place Scarlet Witch on defense, as I mentioned previously, for those exact same reasons, but I was very, very sure he was going to place a Tuna here. And Domino should do more than enough to get the win here. So yeah, there's a few factors for him to win this fight. I need to mess up massively, which I do somewhat do. And also he needs to have like a really, really good match. Because Scarlet Witch is not going to play around the immortality. She's just going to be able to control the power gain with enough RNG. So the stall, Serpent as a stall is still going to work there. And that's before any shenanigans he puts up. So here, yeah, we took a few hits. The crit fail is nice in that it's negating the thorns damage, I guess. But yeah, it's another one of those fights where later on in the tournament, I'd have to do this more cleanly in order to have a chance. Obviously mistakes happen, but you know, you want to be more assured. But yeah, this is going to be enough to get the win and progress on to the next round. So good game to Dark Horse. I'll try and link his channel below as well as Stonehenge. But let me know if you enjoyed, and hopefully you'll see me for the next round in this tournament soon. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all of that malarkey. And yeah, cheers for watching. Bye.